pop in the room. Looking forward to this. Yes, I am. Who will be the first to join me? That's always the question. Got my Germs armband on. Hey, man, it's untucked, bro. It's untucked, man. Bloody F Mess Live, talking to myself at the moment, but that's going to change momentarily. Been live for 40 seconds. I think it takes a minute. I've heard from so many people today saying they're going to join me here, so I'm just going to sit back and relax. It looks like Stan is the first person in the room. Sinner Stan in the house. Oh, there's another person that joined. Thank you for being here, brother Stan. Springfield, Missouri. Represent. Love you, bro. Yo. Okay, there's 4 people in the house. Make your presence known. Tell us who you are and where you're from. What up, Dylan Smut? In California, I believe, right? What's up, Dylan? Good to see you, my brother. All right, here we go. What's up, Canada in the house? What's up, Guar fan? All right, please allow me to introduce myself. Please do. Cheers. What's up, man? Cheers, groping around. Good to have you here, man. Chris, drummer from Virginia. I love the drums, and if I could play any instrument, it would be the drums. But, alas, I don't play any instruments. Thanks for being here, Virginia. Cool, man. 9 people in the house. Thanks for being here at Bloody F Mess Official, man. Cleveland, represent. I have performed in Cleveland a few times, man. It was always crazy, Daddy-O. Glenn Taylor's in the house. My brother from Kansas City, Missouri. What's up, dude? I've got a 4... Oh, wow. Hey, Freddie Jones says, hey, Bloodster, can you give a shout-out to Shalice Anonymous? Shuli Igar is a filthy hack you covered for ISO, you enabler. Okay, well, I just said it. Thank you for the $4.99. I appreciate that very much, Freddie. Thank you for helping a rocker eat. $4.99. I've been here for a minute and I made $5. Thank you so much, man. I plan on playing some music for you guys, and I'm hoping some people will throw something my way to help a dude out, but I'm here for fun. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to drink, smoke, do drugs, any of that stuff to join my party, but it is going to be a party tonight, so make no mistake. What up, Scott? All right, I played that song on the block. Dean Dirt, we are all on drugs. Great tune. Dean Dirt rules. Everyone's on drugs. Yeah, that's my tune. Thank you. Laura Squirrel. Hey, Laura. What's up, man? Sorry about the stuff earlier, too, my friend. I'm here for you, man. Kelly's in the house. What's up, Kelly? Kelly Momelli making an appearance, man. Cosmic Rock. The Germs rock. Yeah, I got my Germs band on, man. This was given to me by Sinister Minister Mike in Winsfield, Missouri. Hello, Ken. Brother Ken Blair in the house from St. Paul, Minnesota. Glad to have you here, brother. Lori, you're feeling better? Good, man. I really am glad to hear that, man. I really do care, and I'm that was, some hard stuff earlier. How am I doing, Bella? I'm doing okay, man, now that you guys are here. I'm with my tribe, dude. 23 people in the house. Thanks for being here. What's up, Billy D. Williams? How are you? Glad to have you guys here. Thanks again to Freddie for hooking me up with $4.99, man. That stuff adds up, man. YouTube pays me once a month, and I need it, man. It's just a small source of income, but it rules, man. What's up, Billy? Doing okay here, man. I encourage you guys to talk to each other. Throw out any questions for me you want. All that good stuff. Nicole is in the house. Nicole, what's up? How are you? I'm doing good. How's Scott doing? How you doing, Nicole? Good to have you here, man. Billy D says, Winsville is close to me. Well, you need to learn to introduce yourself someday to Sinister Minister Mike Neroth. He's a killer dude, man. I'm going to scroll back here so I don't miss anything. Your vids on the Underground Music Rock. Okay, hello, Cardinal Ken. That's right, Cardinal Ken. He's got a new name. He's been patched into the Church of Rock radio show. Do I shampoo my eyebrows? No, actually I don't, man. But I do tweeze them because they become like fucking tree trunks if I don't. I love people that ask me weird questions. Oh, bloody, if you want other avenues, look into the buy me a coffee thing. They take smaller cut. Okay. This has been my most music and venues for this month. Guar fan. Yeah, man, you've been doing it up, man. Seeing all kinds of music, huh? Up there in Canada. That's awesome, man. Check out my Divine Dirt button. Woo-hoo-hoo, representing my old band from 2018. Well, 2016 to 2015 to 2019 or something. Thanks for being here, you guys. Dylan Guttersnipe's in the house from New Zealand. All the way from New Zealand. What's up, my brother? Paul says hello. Well, tell Paul I said hello as well, bro. Hell yeah, man. Bella's in the house. We got 26 people here, man. Yeah. Laura says, dude. I'm trying to keep up with all the scrolling going on, guys. Not the scrolling, but, you know, all the comments. So I realized I can actually scroll back if I miss something. So that way, tonight, that won't happen. Dude says, Cosmic Rocks in the house. What's up, man? Bloody... Listened to the Bloody Mess and the Scabs EP this morning to work. All right. Thank you, Voltaire. Shout out to Stuttering John, suing that filthy no-talent ISO lover, Shuli Egar. You're going to win the lawsuits. What's that say? You're going to win the lawsuits and bankrupt the hack John. Wow, that's weird. Thank you for the $4.99 tip there, Voltaire. I really appreciate it. What the heck's going on with Stuttering John? That guy reached out to me. He used to be on Howard Stern, but he hit me up to be a guest on his radio show or his YouTube channel, and then I answered him, and he never got back to me, prick. Don't ask me to be on your channel and then, you know, not even hit me back when I say I'm game. Anyway, thank you for that tip, you guys. I appreciate everything I get in here, man. Gigi's in the house. Hey, Sir Bloody, you are serving. You're serving too, Gigi girl. Glad to have you here, my bass-playing rocker friend. Guar fan says, I love that song. You always got some great tunes that you are in. Thank you, brother. Donate to a charity, not a bum. Hey, fuck you, Survivor. A bum? I'm a bum? Are you kidding me? I'm a career radio broadcaster and salesman. I've been working my whole life, you fuck. Donate to a charity. This is a charity, prick. It's called rock and roll, man. And there ain't a lot of people keeping it going. Well, yeah, there are. I definitely am. But you know what? I don't need to hear negative stuff like that. You want to call me a bum? Tell this guy where to go, you guys. He's calling me a bum because I'm asking for a few bucks. Actually, I didn't even ask for any money. People just are giving me donations because they love me and I love them. So no more F words. I'm sorry. I got to keep my temper in check, man. Can't get a buzz tonight. I need to stretch my stash. Damn it, Laura. If you were here, I'd hook you up, man, because I got a big bowl packed with some really good weed. I had to go to the dispensary the other day for the first time ever. Well, I mean, I've gone in to buy joints, but I went in and said, what can I get for 20 bucks? They said, we'll give you an eighth of this good stuff here. Pretty good too, man. Donate to a charity, not a bum. That's a good song title. I'll write it about you, Survivor to Believer. Okay, ignoring that now. Still laughing about the story when Bert ripped that dude's shirt off. Ha ha ha, that was crazy. Stan says, was hoping for a Tiny Tim story. Okay, I could probably make that happen. Nicole says, we are good. Scott likes your yellow submarine in the background. Yeah, my oldest daughter, Jessica, gave that to me, man. She's a hell of a chick. I love her to death. Great person, and she gives me some cool gifts. And I love the Beatles. Baba Booey! Ha ha ha! Good one, Christopher. Laurel Squirrel says, LOL, I had a band do that to me. I was booking a show. Idiot, strung my ass along for 6 months. No fun. Guar fan says, don't worry about him, bloody. We are positive here. Yes, we are. Stan wants a Tiny Tim story. Gigi says, how's your day going? It's going better now that you're here. Billy D. Williams, you ever met Wayne Kramer? I wish. Big fan of the MC5, though. Screw the haters, says Glenn. Thank you, brother. Laura says, damn it, you're killing me, bloody. Laura, if you were here, I'd get you high, man. Dylan Smut says, nice. All right, thank you, Freddie. Ever give a girl third input on a first date? Third input. What does that mean? If you ask me more specifically, I'll be honest with you, man. I used to love going on dates before back in the day, I was a real womanizer, man. I ain't gonna lie. Freddie Jones says, ever give a girl third input on a first date? Okay, what does that mean? Does that mean, like, are you talking about anal? Come on, dude. You're really going to ask me that on a public forum? Really? Never been my thing anyway, man. Nope, not into those kind of body parts, to be honest. What strain did you get? Oh, dude, I knew you'd ask me. The container's out there. I forgot the name of it. Gray Goose. You got the strain called Gray Goose, buddy? Okay, that's cool. Hey, Guarfan, what's your first name, man? What's your real name? Your first name? Hey, Bloody, good to see you. Troy Leach in the house from Virginia. What's up, my brother? Glad you got the t-shirt from me. Glad to have you here. Longtime friend of mine since probably 2002. Big Al's in the house. One of my favorites, man, from upstate New York. Hey, Big Al, tell Laura I said hello. And give your Poochie a little pet on the head from Uncle Bloody, man. Baba Booey, as we go along with Angel's in the house. Angel Ledesma, one of my brothers, man. Hello to Athena and your little Poochie, too. And I'm glad you're here, and I love you, bro. Donate to a cause, not a puss. Now he's calling me a puss. Ha ha ha! Would you guys get rid of this troll? Report this prick. Because it's just going to make me end up saying a bunch of cuss words. I'll get demonetized. By the way, look in the mirror, you puss. Survivor to believer. What does that mean? Survivor to believer. Why don't you grow some balls, you wanker? The White Album made me a Beatles fan in 1999, says Laura Squirrel. I love the White Album. It's such a great album, man. Where's the third input? That's what I'm waiting to find out. We're old, LOL. I'm old, but not really, dude. I've got friends that are 20 years older than me, and they're still doing great. So I got to keep it in perspective. Age is a matter of the mind, and if you don't mind, it don't matter, right? Even that guy that's the wanker in here that's trolling me and calling me names, report that prick. Never dated in my life, says Laura. Good for you. You probably saved yourself a lot of goddamn heartache. Guarfan, I just did the Gigi Bite It You Scum on karaoke. Ha ha ha, that's awesome. All right, people are talking to each other. I love that. Gigi says, I love your nails, Bloody. Mine are all red. Mine are black and red. Yeah. Tracy just got done painting them for me. I can't do that on my own, man. Thank you, Gigi. You rock, man. All right, I'm reading your messages. What's up, Rick Slick? How you doing, my friend? Hey, hey. Yeah. All right, my brother Alan just kicked in $2 to the cause. Thank you so much, Big Al. You know I love you, man. You're a great dude. Always putting your money where your mouth is and throwing it at your friend Bloody on these live chats, and I appreciate that very much, man. Thank you. You got to understand, in exchange for what you guys throw at me, I'm going to play you some music. I'm going to show you some newspaper articles, and I got some rare music to play for you that you might not have heard by me that was recorded within the last 40 years. All right, Stan says, taking a hit for Laura. Applejack strain. Ooh-wee. Bella says, what do you think about religious people? Well, I think most organized religions are nothing but cults. That's what I think. But you know what? I also believe in supporting anyone's right to believe what they want to without, popping their bubble or being mean or picking on them either. I hate bullies, and I like justice. So if you're religious, that's fine with me, man. But my religion is love. And then rock and roll follows shortly after. Glenn says a survivor won't survive a Seth Sin ass beaten. We don't got to go that far. No physical stuff here. Dylan says, can I be a moderator for your channel? I don't know how to do that, man. I don't know how to do that. But yeah, get rid of that troll. Guarfan, I was named after my mom's Irish friend that got killed by a drunk driver. Everyone has my name. That's why I got many aliases. Well, I don't know your name. You still haven't told me, bro. Laura says, well, I'm a effing weirdo, so that likes underground music. Me too. That's why here we are together. Birds of an effed up feather flock together, Miss Laura, and here we are. Tracy's in the house. Oh, I didn't know that. What's up, Sister Tracy? Big Al says, what's up, Tracy? Maybe Tracy is in the house. I don't know. I suck with makeup. I used to be pretty good with it, but I usually just use eyeliner. I still do sometimes. Laura says, F it, no makeup saves me money. Why do you have to have makeup anyway? Why does a girl have to have makeup? I've dated lots of girls that don't even wear makeup. Matter of fact, the one that I'm with now doesn't wear makeup, and she's beautiful just without it. So yeah, salute to you for being all natural. What do I think of Wire? I'm a fan. I like Wire. Yep, I sure do. Chris says he's got my 3 Sheets to the Wind cassette while I was in the hospital. Who's Charlie? Charlie Manson. When I met, not when I met, in '89 when G.G. Allen came to stay with us for a couple days, he was wearing his leather jacket with Charlie Manson on the back of his jacket. So it was an inside joke, that track on that Four Sheets to the Wind CD. By the way, I do have G.G. Allen with Bloody Mess and the Scabs CDs for sale, maybe 25 of them left. It's called Four Sheets to the Wind, 1989, and it's got 4 tracks. It's an EP. Gigi says, have you heard of Black and Blue? They are from Oregon. Are you talking about the hard rock band from the 80s? Absolutely. I love that stuff. Robert, Bob Piccolo's in the house, the guitar player from Beautiful Bert and the Luscious Ones. What a dude, man. I love you, Bob. What's up, man? No glitches tonight. Ha ha ha. Nope, no glitches. Laurel Squirrel says 10% of the religious people that I've met were cool. That's about right. About 10%. Just don't come knocking on my door. Dylan Smut says, I love cults. Ha 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 ha. Not me, man. They got to be something really cool, but not in some religious bull crap going on. Sorry, man. Come knocking on my door. I slam it. Sheesh. Black and Blue. Tommy Thayer was in that band. That's right. Nick says, Bloody, a couple of mods could remove the trash. It's easy to do. Okay, but is it practical to do it right now in the middle of my live? Do you think I should take that advice from you guys and apply it for the next live? Because I will. Thank you guys for that. I appreciate that, Nick. Laura says, damn right. Hey, what's up, Rude? No, Rude and Bad, you're not late. We just started 16 minutes ago, man. We're just getting started, man. Bella says, I love my religion. Great. I love you, man. Like I say, I'm not dissing anyone for being religious. I'm just telling you guys, my religion is love. I go with common sense and what feels right. I believe that I am God and we all are God and we are all part and parcel of the cosmic universe, and it's everything we need to learn and know is right here in our own hearts. DBNR, Cosmic Rock, open-minded and to each their own, music, religion, etc. Absolutely, man, absolutely. War fan says religion is hate. A lot of times it actually is. Most of the wars were started because of it. Look, I don't want to talk about religion, guys, or politics. Any plans on performing, Nicole says. I've been performing all my life. Yeah, I do have plans to perform. I actually have half a band assembled up in Portland. I'm hoping to maybe make it up that way one of these days sooner than later. Right now I just do collaborations with people, but yep, I got some stuff going on. You haven't heard the last of me as far as touring. I will be on the road eventually, and I'll be coming to your town, and you're gonna party with me. Hee 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 hee. All right, Tracy's in the house. What's up, Sister Tracy? Yeah, Tracy is the co-host and co-producer of the Church of Rock radio show, which a show I started back in Halloween of 1999, and we still host it every Sunday night. And Tracy is the host and producer of the Latitude 42 show, a drive time radio show on FM radio every other Friday on KSKQ radio. What's up, 666 Blunts? How you doing, man? Glad you're back. Anytime soon, says Nicole. Probably not soon. I'm getting my health back in order. I kind of fell out for a little while, man, and I lost about 40 pounds. I'm about 40 pounds underweight, you guys. I'm trying to get my health back to order, and I'm actually doing that by eating food every day, because I stopped eating except for once a day for like a year, and I just went poof, and my health went down. But I'm like, fuck that. I'm not going to go down with the sinking ship. I'm going to save this wreck of a mess, and I'm going to rebound, and I'm on my way. Hello, Sister Tracy. A lot of people love you, Trace. I'm still reading your messages, guys. Keep it positive in here. Thank you, Big Al. I'd appreciate that. I'd appreciate positivity, man. It's easy to get me to go negative. It's easy for anyone to get negative, but not with a bunch of good friends like you around, man. You keep me in check, man. Thank you. Hello, Baron. Good evening to you. I appreciate you being here, man. I really do. There's a lot of you guys are just making my night, man. The Perminator, good evening to you. Salute you from the bottom of my black little heart. All right, man. I don't think my a-hole neighbors ever sent that CD back to you. I'm probably gonna have to buy another one. What a bummer, man. I'm not sure what CD you mean, to be honest. Someone says the Manson Family and Deadbeat at Dawn, double fantastic cult movies. Okay. Thank you very much, Cosmic Rock. All right, I'm just looking at your messages real quick, guys. Kelly Momelli says, I'm with you on the cults. You know, I used to say, I join cults easily. I used to say that as a joke. People used to think that was funny, but whatever. Get some people to do the mods. My name is Sean. Okay, Sean. Now I know your name, dude. I've known you for a while, and we talk what pretty much daily or every other day on comments, and now I know your name, man. Thanks, Sean. Do I have a copy of the cassette Bloody Mess in the Scabs? I sure don't. I lost it in the fires, but it came out on vinyl. Came out on vinyl, man. It's right here. Woo-hoo-hoo. Although this is a test press. Somebody did hit me up today and emailed me, and they're going to mail me a copy of my first record because this is a test pressing, and I accidentally sold my last copy because I needed to eat, right? Dude says he's going to mail me a copy. How effing cool is that? All right, let's see. Big Al says he loves everyone. Wow, we're turning into hippies in here. Woo-hoo-hoo! People always give me crap. Bloody turned into a hippie. Guess what? Before I found punk rock, I was listening to 60s psychedelic heroes like Sky Saxon and Jim Morrison and Syd Barrett. And then along came Iggy Pop and Johnny Rotten and Jello Biafra and Lux Interior and all these cool people, Wendy O. Williams. So I just came full circle, man. I like it all, man. Dylan Smut says religion is bad. Bella says I love God. Laurel Squirrel says my pen pal Jennifer is religious and she rules. Hey man, no judgment here. And like I said, man, you know, as Waddy said, F religion. I'm just saying, let's not talk about religion or politics, guys. You can find that stuff everywhere. This is a rock and roll channel. We're here to have fun. Slayer lyrics. Okay, cool. I love Waddy. I went on tour with Waddy from The Exploited, and the band 1096 for like a 3-date mini tour one time. Talk about crazy. Waddy from The Exploited is in the bar with his big red mohawk, and Dean Dirt from 1096 goes, Bloody, look at Waddy. And I look at Waddy, and he's on crystal meth. He's a massive speed freak. Still is, I think. I don't know. But the guy was simultaneously playing a game of pool and a separate game of darts with another person at the same time. It was just funny. He had no idea we were watching or laughing at him either. It was crazy. But I like Waddy. I actually talked to Waddy on the phone about a year ago. Al says Tracy is the princess of rock and roll. Bella, Waddy is second to no one. I love The Exploited, man. Matter Orent says, I wish I was 40 pounds underweight. Yeah, I wish I wasn't. Better train your voice. Yeah, right. I'm just going to be doing one show at a time, my brother. If you don't have a band to practice with regularly, I've already learned it the hard way. It'll be one night stands for this guy. Faced 666 says, I look great. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Everyone wants to be told they look great, I guess. Thank you, Laura, for sending me that link. Headbanger says, thanks for all the videos. Hey, man, my pleasure. I'm going to play some music in a minute. Survivor Believer says, you're done, son. Nope, you're done. Loser troll. Go get a life. Yeah, I could play down in California one of these days. I just got to get a band to back me up, man, you know. 4 sheets to the wind CD. I've been texting you on Instagram. Well, hit me up on there, man. If you need a copy, I've got them, bro. Why do people tailgate when it's pouring down rain? Are they stupid or something? Hell if I know. Love the zines. Thanks, Gemini Art. We need another Bloody and the Country Trash Punks tribute to Bloody Mess and the Scabs. I've got a copy of the Bloody and the Country Trash Punks record right here, man. 1995 this was put out. Cover art by Nick Bugas. And there's a picture of me and the band right there. I'm on the bottom. Sister Tracy right there. Cute as hell, huh? Yep. Bloody and the Country Trash Punks, 1995. Baloney Shrapnel Records, man. All right. Going down the list as we go along with Angel. I'm a flower punk. That's awesome. Goddess in the Moon says hello. Hello, my dear. Laura, you're talking about test pressings. If you are hard up for dough, test pressings get some serious cash. Yeah, maybe I should sell my copy of the test pressing when I get the other record in. I think I'll do that, actually. Maybe I can get a few $100 out of it. Oh, Nick P just sent me $4.99. Man, thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate that very, very much. Because you guys are kicking down the dough tonight, I'm going to play some records for you and some music. Would that be okay with you guys? Dylan says that's my favorite record. Really? Wow, that's cool. Appreciate that. Let's see. I'm trying to get down to these messages. I do appreciate all these messages, you guys. I'm sorry I'm a little slow. I'm trying my best. Laura says 1096 rules. Thanks for turning me on to them. My pleasure. Their singer was my best friend and their drummer was my best friend. And Mooney, the drummer, just died not long ago. And Dean, the singer, died in 98, and I miss him very much. Baron Lonnie says, that is rad. He's sending you that. I'd send you mine, but it's signed by you. So nope, sorry, bloody. Hey, I already got a copy coming. I'm glad you got a signed copy, though, man. Yeah, I really am. Dylan says, I don't have any weed left, only a few beers. Speaking of beers, I bought myself one can. Before you freak out and say, you've been saying you haven't drank since 2013. You're right, but I've had a couple since then. When I went on tour last year, and when I went to see Michael Monroe, I had a couple beers last year. I had one the other day. I'm not going to lie. That's kind of sneaking it. But tonight I'm only having this little tall can of PBR because I fucking want to. I'm reading your messages, trying to catch up real quick here because I'm going to play some music for you guys. Yeah, I watched the New York City Hardcore Chronicles, Christopher. That's a great channel, man. I've had so many people tell me I should be a guest on there, but the dude has never asked me. And that's kind of protocol. I don't hit people up and say, hey, interview me, I'm cool. Someone's got to hit me up and say, hey, we want you on our podcast. I did just get booked to be on another podcast next week. Or no, I think it's August. Anyway, it's on my calendar. I forget the name of the podcast. I'm sorry, but it's one I've never been on. So I said, yeah. Ramon stories. Okay, Johnny Cat. He wants Ramon stories, and Stan wants Tiny Tim stories. I will try to honor that. Don't let me forget. 13th floor elevators are awesome. I love Rocky Erickson too. Hey, James. Hey, my buddy from San Francisco, buddy. I did see I got an email from you. I haven't answered it yet. I only answer emails a couple times a week. I get a ton of mail and a ton of messages on social media. I'm not bragging or anything like that. I'm saying I'm making excuses why I don't answer them right away because it's hard, man. I got to pace myself or it does my head in. But I really appreciate people that reach out to me, and I do reply to everybody, of course. Headbanger says, I have a rare Gigi Allen biography. Is it something you're interested in? No, because the first official Gigi biography is coming out this fall. It's been written by Michael Bowen. I was interviewed for 4 hours, and I'm looking forward to that. So I'm really not interested in that. I'm really not someone that listens to a lot of Gigi music. I used to back in the day for decades, but we were buddies like this, you know, and I kind of grew out of the music. I'm more into the whole history and the whole legend behind it all now, you know. It's interesting how people perceive Gigi and how my perceptions are different because I actually knew him. Did I used to work at Trash at St. Mark's? No, I do not, but I'm sure I have a doppelganger out there, my friend. God, I'm really trying to read these messages. I'm so grateful. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate it, man. It's Courtney's Fellowship Oddballs. Thanks for being here. Athena goddess is in the room. Athena is actually a goddess, by the way. You know that, right? Hi, Athena. Is it your own music? Yeah, I'm going to play my own music for you guys. You want to hear a country song? Bella says country song. Well, I could probably actually play something off that. Play clips so I don't get copyright problems. Yeah, that's the problem, man. A lot of my shit's owned by record labels. One day I played my song Spy Darlings, which I wrote for a movie soundtrack in England. Played it on the channel during my live. Thought, cool, I'll make some money off this live. And then they said, you're making no money because Spy Darlings has claimed copyright on the song. I'm like, God, can't even make a few bucks off my music or my YouTube. So I deleted the goddamn video. Anyway, I'm going to hope that doesn't happen tonight by playing music that I do own. Sometimes when you sign a record contract, and I've signed a lot of them, you sign away the rights to the original recording, but you retain the rights to the song. So I could go re-record Empty or Sixth Grade Field Trip if I want. But the original recordings are owned by certain labels. Black and Blue Records own the majority of my stuff. So I don't know if they're going to copyright claim me or not. Probably. But we'll see. I'm trying not to play anything they own. I'm playing stuff tonight from Bloody Mess and the New Disease. I'm going to play something from the Bloody Mess Rock Circus. I've got Divine Dirt. But tonight I'm going to start out playing you guys a song from my rare-ass spoken word album that came out in 2015. It's called Bloody F Mess Transcend. And I put this out myself. That's the back cover. Sorry about the glare. Pretty cool art on the bottom, though. Anyway, this is kind of rare, but I found out that I've got 3 copies of this, so I'm going to probably sell a copy to somebody if anyone wants to offer something kind of decent for it. All right, man. A hippie punk is a yippie. I love the yippies when they existed, man. Abby Hoffman and the boys. Thanks. Yeah, it's nice to know when I go live. I'm going to try to start doing them earlier. You want to hear some? Johnny's in the house. He wants to hear some stories from the old telecom days. It's weird because the whole time I've lived in Oregon, I've been doing well pretty much except the last couple of years. But for a while, I lost my source of income and got it back about a month, 2 months later. Started working for this place called Telecom, getting like donations for these different organizations, and Tracy worked there too. And I didn't even have wheels at the time. I had to either ride a bike or walk to work. I had no money. And then a few months later, I figured it out, though, and was able to make a lot of money real quick. But then, starting in around 2020, the marijuana business that I was in as a trimmer, a guy that sort of managed a big 90-plant farm, and a guy that was into brokering, you name it. I worked with weed my whole life. But when it tanked in Oregon, man, everybody went under, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Have I ever shared any stories that aren't music related? Oh yeah, tons of them on my channel, man. Telecom was a fun place to work, man. Hey Laura, don't drink. You're diabetic, sorry to hear that. I don't like alcohol, to be honest. I'm just having one because it kind of makes me feel more social. That's such a wimpy thing to say, but it just does. God damn, you guys are commenting like crazy. I'm going to go ahead and try to go down and just answer the ones that are really, need answered. I respect you guys for making comments, and I feel like you are owed at least me to read it and at least read it. My other favorite is the Never Again Last Peoria show. Wow. Yeah, that was a rare cassette tape that I put out myself back in the day. Never Again Live, 89, because it was like one of the millionth times that I retired from punk rock, and then I'd come back, which I always have. Nick says, I love the Dead. Me too, man. Love the Dead. I'm glad you're 2 years sober, Ken. Yeah. I'm just not sober, but I'm not an alcoholic anymore. I wouldn't drink hard liquor or do shots, or I wouldn't even buy more than one Telecan of these. No way. It's just too easy for me to slip into addiction. But I also like walking that thin line between danger and safety. I always have. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and rude and bad. How old are you? Bella's asking me how old I am. I'm 60 years old. My birthday is 3/1/666. March 16th, 1966. I have no problem telling people my age. You got to keep it real, I could bullshit people. I could not answer it. But that would be because I would be afraid of, admitting that I'm this age? God, I've had a great life, man. I've been partying since 13. Drug, sex, and rock and roll has been my life, man. And I don't regret jack shit. 21, all right. I like the fact that I have young friends, 19, 20, 21, 30s, 40s, 50s, But I hate when people that are like 70 or something go, oh, you're 60, you're just a young kid still. It's like, fuck yourself, man. Are you kidding? Don't be going that far. I do get swamped with emails, but it doesn't mean that I'm bitching about it. I'm grateful, man. It's just that I'm saying time is like gold, that's all. And I spend most of my days hustling every day, trying to sell stuff, make money. I only work a couple days a week at a regular job. I'm trying to read these messages so somebody wants to hear about the Ramones and Tiny Tim stories and Leonard Skinner. Do I have any stories on Leonard Skinner? I do not, but I'm a fan, a big fan. I love that live album they did, One for the Road. Listen to that album if you don't like Skinner. That's one badass rock and roll record. Love them. All right, I am gonna. Hey, Rick, what's up? Rick6699. How you doing, man? Glad to have you here. What's up? I'm reading these messages, you guys. Bob Piccolo, I wish I had some photos of us on stage in Milwaukee in 96. Oh, yeah. Beautiful Bert opened up for the Sex Pistols on their reunion tour in Milwaukee at the Rave in 96. I went to that. 1096 was there. And at one point, I was on stage singing, probably Chinese Rocks, I'm going to guess. I don't know. Beautiful Bert's on stage. Bob's on guitar. Bob Piccolo in the house. And 1096 Dean was up there singing. And then Reverend Norbert Ugly from this Boris the Sprinkler Band in Green Bay, Wisconsin. He was writing for Maximum Rock and Roll magazine in California. And he put out a column, a big review about that show. And I remember what it said. It said, the best thing about this Budweiser corporate sponsored event was members of Beautiful Bert, 1096, and Bloody Mess on the stage opening for the Sex Pistols, and it went on and on. That was one of the shining moments in my career, and I wish I had photos too, Bob. But I remember that, man, and that's something I'm pretty proud of, man. We got to open up for the effing Sex Pistols, and they were awesome. Johnny Rotten, Paul Cook, Steve Jones, and Glenn Matlock. Some dude came running off from the back of the stage and threw Johnny Rotten off the stage. And he got back up after like 5 minutes and he goes, yeah, you can't hurt me, or it didn't hurt or something. I was like, he's so punk rock. Anyway, yeah, Bob, you got me going, man. Okay, I'm reading more messages, guys. And I'm going to talk some Ramones and Tiny Tim here tonight. And I'm going to play some music here very shortly. Oh, you met Paul Krasner? Awesome. I'm very familiar with Paul. Up. Faced 666 Blunts just kicked in $1.99 to yours truly. I love you, man. Thank you, my brother. I assume you're a dude. I think 90%, 95% of my channel are dudes. I did the analytics, and I do appreciate each and every one of you kicking in some bucks to help me out tonight. In return, I offer good stories, answer any questions, and I will play some music. I'm just trying to catch up. Thanks again for the $2, man. It does add up, believe me. I appreciate you guys so much, man. What's up, Words Z76? What up, playa? Just playing, man. Just playing. It's Courtney's Fellowship Oddballs. I'm sorry I had to leave. Did you ever get my question about if you worked at Trash St. Mark's? I did not. No, I did not work there. You got the wrong person, my friend. All right, I'm trying to read these messages, guys. Hey, Bella says, hey, Bloody, I really love your track, Not This Shit Again. It's amazing and has been stuck in my head all day. I'd love to know, what's your songwriting process? Well, normally I'll just either sit down and write lyrics in my head and think of a general melody and explain it to the band, like hum it to them. Or they'll play a song for me and I'll immediately listen and start figuring out the chorus and the lyrics, and then I'll come up with the title, write it all down, and then when the band plays it, I just make it fit. It's really easy for me. I usually write lyrics really quickly. So if a band says, hey, check this out, I can write words in like 15 minutes to 30 minutes. Empty was written in 15. Hungover and Stone was written in 15. It's kind of a good question, man. I love that song too, by the way. It was just about life, you know, not this shit again. The Hickoids, Rick says, is going to see the Hickoids. Nice. I'm a good friend with Jeff Smith, man. When I lost all my stuff in the 2020 Alameda fires here in Southern Oregon, Jeff was one of the rockers and punk rockers that stood up and sent me a big package of goodies, including a whole box of autographed Hickoids records and CDs. I always respect Jeff Smith from the Hickoids, and I'm a fan. You look great for 60. I'm 48. Well, thank you. If I take these shades off, you probably wouldn't think I look so great. That's why I wear the goddamn things. People pick on me all the time. Why do you wear shades? You look ridiculous. Blah, blah, blah. Leave me alone. I'm not some teenager that wants to be told what to wear. If I wanted to be told what to wear, I'd go ask my dad. Just kidding, man. I'm really not that uptight about anything. I'm just pretty damn honest, and it gets me in trouble. What was my first concert? Man, I saw so many concerts. My mom was a rocker. She took me to the Heart of Illinois Fair to see many concerts as a kid. My first big concert that I was just like flipping out about was 1975. 77. I was 10 years old, and it was the Bay City Rollers with Les McEwen, Eric Faulkner, Woody Wood, and Derek Longmire as a four-piece. The Springfield, the Illinois State Fair. It was awesome. Oh, thanks, Rude, for saying, he says I look younger than 60. I love talking to you. Keep going. My vanity comes out. Don't get me started, man, but appreciate that so much. Peter is in the house. Germany. Yeah. What's up, Peter? Glad you're here, man. Cheers to Germany. Stone to the bone. I'm going to take a moment to take a little drink here in honor of all you fine rockers and tribe members out there. We've got 46 people in the house. I hope you're having a good time. Ken just turned 55. Okay, brother, I didn't know how old you are. You look like you're like in your fucking 30s or 40s, man. Wow, you look really young, dude. Al says, Blood was into the scene since early 80s. He's the real deal. Well, thank you, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Bella says, physically 77. Yeah, right. Do I like the band Spider Babies? I've never heard of them. Yeah, the Ballad of Curtis Lowe is awesome. I love Dwayne Allman and the Allman Brothers. Big fan of Greg Allman. I love Molly Hatchet, big time. I love their version of Dreams. I love Dreams by Molly Hatchet. Oddballs. I'm from Philly, but in Colorado. Well, I used to live in Greeley, Colorado, and I played a gig in Philly once. It was very disastrous. Did I ever meet Tim Yohannan? Nope. From Maximum Rock and Roll, the owner and editor? Nope. But I used to write to him, and we were in touch with each other back in the 80s. Reverend Norb is funny, clever, and awesome. He sure is, man. I actually interviewed him on the Church of Rock radio show, and you can find that on my other YouTube channel. That's called The Church of Rock, all one word. I hope you'll all subscribe to that channel. There's over 1,000 interviews I've done with people, man, since like the 80s. I used to interview people for fanzines and record them on cassettes. All those recordings are on there, including my interview with Wendy O. Williams from the Plasmatics, who was a good friend of mine. Tons of other people. I'm not going to go into it, but if you want to hear the one with Reverend Norb, it's worth it. Just type in Reverend Norb interview Church of Rock radio show. It'll pop right up on YouTube, bro. Punkateria says, dude, I'm also rocking a 25-ounce PBR. Is that what these are, man? 25 ounces? Because I couldn't find it out. Oh, yeah. 25 ounces right there in the front. The other day I had a Budweiser and I couldn't find it anywhere, and it was baffling me. I'm like, why is there no info on how much beer's in one of these things? I think it's like 2 beers in one or something, right? All right. Hey, Dylan Gutter Snipe. Yeah, that was very cool that we opened up for the Pistols. It's just one of those, one of the things that I love. There's a story on this channel about that, actually. There's a story about that show on this channel. Al says, Bloody, did you find out about punk? Like 1970s, Iggy Pop and the Stooges? Yes, sir. Didn't become a big fan, though. It took me a while. I got that first Stooges album, and at first I didn't really connect with it. Kind of like when I first heard the Ramones. Didn't connect at first. Sex Pistols, same thing. But after second and third listens, I was in like a punk rock Flynn. Dude, if I don't get through these messages, I'm never going to get music on for you guys. Okay, my friend David plays in a band with Glenn Matlock. That's awesome. Punkateria says Michael interviewed you also for the GG. That's awesome. Who are you, Punkateria? Dylan got to see Pistols with Frank singing for him now, right? You got to meet and take a photo with Glenn Matlock? Awesome, dude. Hell yeah. I'd love to meet Glenn Matlock. Yeah, Laura, you should pick up that GG book when it comes out. Yeah, not being able to play some of my own tunes without getting striked for monetization does suck. Any good Caustic Defiant stories? Oh, wow, Baron. Used to play with them when I was in the band Hate. We did a gig with Caustic Defiance a couple times. Matter of fact, Caustic Defiance and my band Hate opened for G.G. Allen's first shit show, July 31st, 1985. They were a total straight edge band, but years later I found out they really weren't. The singer Brad came clean years later and said, I was secretly smoking weed. I'm like, I knew you bastards were hypocrites. No, just kidding. Laura says, honestly, your eyes look fine, but that's your thing. Yeah, I'm hung up on that. They don't look fine to me. But thank you, Laura. I don't mean to be ungrateful. The Gigi biography is coming out this fall. I was just talking to Michael, and that's what he said. Do I like Fang? Dude, I just did a collaboration with Sammy Town, the singer of Fang. Been a friend of his since the 80s, bro. When he went to prison for that killing, he stayed at my friend Dean Dirt's house while he was on the run, and they were looking for him, the FBI. And Dean called me and goes, Bloody, guess who's at my house? I go, who? Sammy. I go, Sammy Town from Fang? I've been seeing on the news. He's wanted. Dude, you're going to get busted. I'm only giving him 24 hours, man. I told him he could sleep here and, crash, and he's got to go. And then Sammy Town went to Alaska, and then later he got busted for the murder of his ex-girlfriend. But I just did a collaboration with Sammy Town, who's on my Dark Days Unfazed album. Just type it in on YouTube, man. Bloody Mess with Sammy Town. The song's called Dark Days, and it's a music video. And Sammy's reading from the Revelations, from the Bible at the beginning of the song. And as I'm singing the words, he's talking the words underneath throughout the entire song. Dark Days, Sammy Town with Bloody Mess, music video on YouTube. I love Fang. And Sammy's been a guest on my radio show, too. You can find those on the Church of Rock channel, too. You saw Chuck Berry and the Stones and Earth, Wind, and Fire together? James? Wow! 3 of my favorite bands. I love Chuck Berry. Huge Stones fan, and I love Earth, Wind, and Fire, man. Andy Action. Hello before you pass out, man. Thanks for being here. I don't know any Spanish punk myself, Bella. Yes, I have met Alice Cooper, and he grabbed my throat. He goes, you look like you're in my band. He goes, I'm going to rip out your throat. And he took a picture like that. Yeah, Alice Cooper's cool. He came to the radio station I worked at and did IDs for all of our shows. Hey, this is Alice Cooper. You're listening to the Church of Rock. That kind of thing. Got to hang out, and he signed a bunch of stuff for me, and he was cool. That was 2005. Yeah, I lived in Greeley, Colorado in 87 to 88 for about a year. ICP, huh? He jumped on stage. My daughter Audrey goes to all those Juggalo festivals and all that crap, and meetings of the Juggalos, whatever you call it. Yeah, she's into those guys. Hey, it's Courtney. Okay, I'm trying to read your guys' messages. This is crazy. I can't get caught up, man. I'm trying. I hope I'm doing okay. Alan says Flavor Flav. Haha, legend. Is Gary in the house from Arizona? I might have missed you, Gary. If you're in the house, salute, my brother. One of the oldest OGs on this channel. Gary's been with me since, I think, day one. Wendio does rule. Yeah, it's 2 beers in one. Good. See, at least I have enough restraint to just buy one. I know better. I did think about buying 2. That's the addiction in me. I'm like, do I just want to buy one? I'm like, yes, just one. So I'm sipping on this bud, but I'm copping a buzz from it. It's great. Play my stuff. Okay, Alan's going, play your stuff. Yeah, everyone shut up. I love Steve Marriott and Humble Pie. Huge fucking fan. I love the Munsters. Did I ever have a beer with El Duce? Nope, but I interviewed him once. And that interview was published in Fanatic Fanzine, I think, or something. I'm looking, man. Do any of the UK stuff like Disorder or Chaos UK ever hit you? Oh, I love Chaos UK. I love Disorder. I love Discharge. I love UK subs. And yeah, I love all that English punk. Are you kidding? Absolutely, man. I listened to punk before discovering Iggy. James, yeah, you're old school, man. There was a lot of punk rock before Iggy. People just don't know, but there's a lot of stuff that was punk ass before Iggy. We can prove it, right? It's right there on YouTube, man, you know? Sky Saxon's one of my dudes, man, from the Seeds. Your dad saw Mahogany Rush. Nice. And Kiss? Wow, Laura, I'm a huge fan of Mahogany Rush. I'm actually friends with Frank Marino, the guitar player of Mahogany Rush and singer. I could call Frank right now, and he'd just start talking so much spirituality. He'd have my heart melting in about 5 minutes. He's been on my radio show 3 or 4 times. I love Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush. Yeah, Guar fan, my shit story 85. You can find that story on YouTube. Yeah, there's a lot of GG stories if you're a fan of that stuff. Dead Kennedys. Yeah, I'm a big fan from the old school days. Actually hung out with Jello a few times, and there's stories on this channel about that. Trying to get caught up with this, man. Sammy's cool. He lived with me for a bit. Wow, Trippy, that's cool. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's helped a lot of people get sober too. When he got out of prison after doing his sentence, he helped a lot of people get sober. He's even helped me out when I was having issues with opiates back in the day. Laura Squirrel says, "How about Sly and the Family Stone?" Are you kidding? One of my very favorite bands of all time. Sly Stone is my effing hero. I love Sly Stone, man. Big time. Nick says, "I bet my buddy David would love to do an interview. He's played with so many legendary bands, blah, blah, blah." I'm not looking for people to interview, bro. Sorry, man. What's up, Frank? 2437, glad you're here. What's up, Word DZ76? Glad you're here too, man. All right, guys, I'm trying to catch up. It's my own fault, but I'm going to play some music here either way, no matter what. All right, so far I'm not finding stuff I really need to have necessarily comment on. People are saying some great stuff in here, though. Sammy Tom was not sober when he lived with me, but he got sober after that, right? Swamp Fox, hey, Bloody. Swamp Fox the vampire. Hey, glad you're here, man. Appreciate you. None of us were sober then. I'm not sober. I'm just not a complete alcoholic or a junkie or anything anymore. I just smoke weed. I've had a couple beers in like a couple of years, honestly. I smoke a lot of weed and I do magic mushrooms, but not as much as I should. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Bloody Bella says, "I feel like I've been experiencing symptoms of ADHD lately, and it's really frustrating. I can't seem to sit still, and my mind keeps jumping from one topic to another." Dude, join the crowd. It's been bad for me lately. The only thing I can ever do is tell you to do 4-part breathing. Let's do this together, right? This is random, but it's helped so many people, including myself. So I feel compelled to help a person asking for help. If you've got ADHD or you're hyper and you can't focus, this will guarantee to get you to calm down for a little bit, and it happens immediately. Do 3 or 4 rounds of this, what I'm going to do right now. And if you guys aren't into this, that's cool. 48 people in the house. Thank you for being here. I am Bloody F Mess. We are going to do 4-part breathing, and then we're breaking into some music. So what you do, for 4 seconds, you breathe in through your nose, counting 4. Then you hold it for 4 seconds. Then through your mouth, you breathe out for 4 seconds. And repeat at least 4 times. Calms me right down every time. It's guaranteed. You can even do your pulse when you're doing it, and your pulse will get slower. You'll feel it in real time. There you go. Hope that helps you, Bella. I actually did a video doing that one time, and I've probably heard from 3 dozen people since then saying that they still do it all the time. You can do it in the car, in public, in private, and it always helps immediately. Mike Wilder, Bloody, can you talk about what you did on stage in Beloit, Wisconsin to a 14-year-old in the early 90s? If not, I understand. You know how much crazy shit I was involved with, and how old was I in the early 1990s? Anyway, no, I don't want to comment on that. Thanks for asking. Don't even remember that, so whatever, man. I know there's a book out there that talks about me doing some wild stuff, because I saw the book the other day. There's a few books out there, actually, with some weird stuff. It's got a chapter about me in 1096, and it said it was the darkest chapter of their music scene history, and that Dean Dirt had a gun on him, and all this stuff happened. And it said that I gave oral sex to a fan on stage, a surprised fan. But the thing is, all the dates are off and all that, and I don't know about the ages and all that, and I don't know about the gun thing. You can't believe everything you fucking read, man. I'm just telling you. All right, tunes. Everyone's wanting tunes, it looks like. All right, I'm going to ignore everything else, I think. And if you guys really want to do some talking later, man. Oh, the people are talking about the breathing thing. Okay, I'm caught up, man. We are caught up. Phantom Oreo is in the house. What's up? Yeah, glad you're all here. Thank you for being here at Bloody F Mess Official. I'm only having a Pabst because I'm a cheap bastard and I like the dirty street beer. The stuff of my youth. Cheers, Phantom Oreo. It's time for some music. 54 minutes in and I haven't played a single goddamn song. Are you kidding me? Al, yeah, this guy's trying to get under my skin. You're right. People do, they try to bait me and they'll try to get me to talk about stuff that will embarrass me because I'm one of those guys that just tells the truth. I'm real, man. It's called being transparent. I know people that know me well that don't like that about me. They're like, dude, stop being so honest. Or just stop putting stuff out there. And then I say, why? Why can't I be honest? I really don't give a shit. All right, we're going to hear some music, guys. Everyone chill for a minute. By the way, dig my pants, man. Put these on just for you guys. Woohoo! When I hang out with people, I feel like I'm going to a party, man, right? So I got my good stuff on today, man, on my rocker pants. And dig these shoes. Woohoo! Rock and roll, bro. Anyway, we're going to do a tune I'm going to play for you guys that I recorded back in 1997 with a band called The Veins. Now, this song, I own the copyright to, but the song is owned by Iggy Pop and the Stooges because it's a Stooges tune, right? The Veins, one of my best bands I was ever in that a lot of people just don't know about, sadly. This single came out on my own record label. Bet you didn't know I owned a record label. Well, some of you did. Called Fanatic Records. Anyway, this was a 7-inch I put out with The Veins doing 2 songs. On the other side was a band called The Psychedelics from Pekin, Illinois. But on The Veins part, we actually recorded 2 songs. One of them was a song called Stuck in My Nunk, an original song that I had written with, I don't remember who wrote it with me, probably Dave Glover on guitar. I'm going to show you a picture of Bloody in the Veins, and I'm going to play a cover of Iggy and the Stooges' tune called No Fun, as recorded by me and the Veins in 1997. And there's a picture of me and the band at the time. Tim Fires on drums. He went on to play with the Gary Richrath band. Gary Richrath was the guitar player for REO Speedwagon, the guy that wrote all the early hits and was a part of all the huge radio hits. And then later he had a pretty bad drinking problem, but he kept doing rock and roll. And the very last band he ever had, Timmy Fires, killer drummer, trust me, one of the best, was playing drums with Gary Richrath. This legend, Dave Glover, was the guitar player for the Veins. Literally a genius and a legend. He played guitar on My Black Little Heart, on the Veins album. He's just incredible. He's still playing today with the big country band, and they make a lot of money. This is Eric Ally, who was my best friend from high school. He was the original bass player for the Veins and my best buddy for a long time. Yeah, I hope you're doing okay, Eric, if you're out there, man. And yours truly right there. Yep. Anyway, we're going to do this tune for you guys. Sorry to talk so much, man. Thank you, Bella. That helped you? Oh, good, man. Good, good, good. Thank you, man. I'm glad to hear that. Is this a different version from the Screaming the Blues EP released on Punk Media? Good question. Before I play this, guys, go to Punk Media online. They released a 6-song EP by me like a year ago, maybe. It's called Bloody F Mess Screaming the Blues. And it's got 3 live songs, I think. And it's got 3 studio cuts. And this is one of the studio cuts. It did appear on that EP. Good call, man. I forgot about that, dude. So I'm going to play No Fun, originally by Iggy and the Stooges, recorded by me and the Veins. Here we go. man? What do you guys think, man? No Fun by Bloody in the Veins, 1997. Thank you, man, Laura. The vocals are brutal in a punk way. Yeah, they don't call me screaming effing bloody mess for nothing. Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it, Laura. Awesome, man. It means a lot. That's all I got, man, is my music. No Fun. Thank ya. The Veins recorded in, was it all recorded in Peoria? God, I don't even remember, man. I have to look. Let's see here. It says recorded. You probably think I'm joking, but I really don't remember. These songs were recorded in November 1997 at Stinky Pete Recording Studio, 2610 Bloomington Road, East Peoria, Illinois. Engineered by Bart Willett and Tom Hopwood. Mixed and produced by The Veins with Bart and Tom and Herb and Bud. Only 500 of these records were pressed. Will somebody please make us a Brandy Alexander? So there you go. I didn't even know that information. Tom Hopwood recorded us at Stinky Pete Recording Studio. Do I have a band at the moment? I don't, man. I'm always looking for people to collaborate with, though. Thank you, Bella. Hey, Bella, man, are you a dude or a chick? So I just got to get to know you guys better because I see the names, but I often start perceiving who I think a person is, and then they'll be busting my bubble. Oh, I'm a dude, or I'm a chick, or I'm 18, or I'm 68. I just never know, so I ask questions like, where are you from, or what's your first name, kind of thing, so I can remember. Because Bella, you talk to me a lot on here, so I'd like to know, are you a chick or a dude? Matt says, need to get the 2026 YouTube tour booked. Yeah, that would be sick, right? Even if it was just, a couple places, I'd be so grateful. I guess I'd have to do the analytics and see where are the people based that subscribe to this channel. And if it's like a large amount, say in the Midwest or the Illinois and Iowa and Missouri, then you go to those places, you know what I mean? But I'd have to do the analytics and figure that out. Ha ha ha, great idea. That would be sick. I'm gonna play some more music too, you guys. I got a record queued up to actually play a cut off of this, because the song you guys just heard was actually on this Transcend album I put out in 2015, which is a song I just kind of had in my sorry, I'm reading these messages. Anyway, that's the song came off this Transcend album because I had it in my stash for years and decided to release it on this the spoken word album. But on this record, The Veins recorded These Boots Are Made for Walking by Nancy Sinatra, and we recorded Stuck in Minunk, so I could either play one of those. I was just asking you, Bella, how are you a female or a male? I just don't know, so I'm wondering if I'm perceiving you incorrectly. I thought you were a dude, but I'm wondering, are you a chick or a dude? Matt says, can you play the stuff with the Bay City Roller guy? You know what? I do have a copy of that really close to me, sitting to my left about 3 feet away. Yeah, let me see. So you're talking about Empty, the song that was originally recorded in 1992 with Bloody Mess and the Scabs. And then me and Pat and the Veins recorded it in 1999. And then in 2022, I recorded it in Scotland with Pat McGlynn from the Bay City Rollers. Pat and I were friends, and I was his manager for a couple of years. So I went to Scotland, and we made a music video. So you can find that on YouTube if you type in Bloody F Mess Pat McGlynn and then write the word empty. You'll see my video that I made in Edinburgh and up north in Chicago, Scotland as well. But I do have that. You got a recording of Chips Patrol, Sick of the 60s. That song came out on an album called Punks in Peoria on vinyl and CD in 2021, actually. And yeah, that song's on there. You can find that online. I think it's just called Punks in Peoria. And that song is actually on there. Sick of the 60s by my first punk band, Chips Patrol. Their manager, Tam Payton, was an absolutely bad dude to the Rollers. It's one of the darkest stories in American rock and roll history, my friend. Absolutely, man. Glad you're all still here. 44 people in the house. That's cool. You watched me on the Church of Rock live on YouTube a while back. That was great. Thank you, Bella. But did you answer me yet as far as I guess you're not going to answer me, Bella? Or did you already? I'm just asking if you were a girl or a guy. I just want to know, man. An album of Waylon covers. Ha ha ha. I love Waylon Jennings, dude. I was going to show you my belt buckle, but I don't even have a belt on. But it's my belt has a Waylon Jennings belt buckle I've been wearing since '95. What's up, Greg Foy 894? How you doing, man? Just hanging out here for an hour and 7 minutes now. Just got done playing some music for the peeps, and I'm getting ready to play another track here. Papa says, I ask who you are. Why don't you ask these people who I am? How do I define myself? The way we perceive ourselves and the way others perceive us is a whole different game, a whole different ball of wax. So who am I? I don't know. Ask these people in the chat. What do I say? How about getting a proper merchant store? Yeah, I should. You're right. I don't have a lot of merch, though. I just have a little bit, and I sell it quick. But I do random T-shirts quite often. So, yeah, I usually sell them online and have no problem with, like, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Sell them pretty quick. Phantom Oreo, 36-year-old chick is my guess. Oh, for Bella. Hi, Bloody. I know you, Papa says. You know me? How do you know me? Tell me who you are. You probably do if you say you do, but tell me who you are. I didn't know who Phantom Oreo was forever. And then one day I'm like, is this Amy? I hadn't heard from you in so long. It was so great to reconnect. Yeah, everyone in here is so cool, man. I just love you guys. 40 people in the house. Do you want to hear another tune? Let's play some music, right? It's not a proper party without more music, right? I'm going to play another tune by Bloody in the Veins from '97 from that 7-inch record, if you guys don't mind. I think I'm going to do These Boots Are Made for Walking for y'all. Okay, I had it on the wrong speed. What a dork. I can't see what I'm doing at this point. Let's see here. Okay, after this song ends, all right, here you go. These Boots Are Made for Walking, 1997. Yes, it is online. Wanna be dead, my roots tune, man. Give it up. Bloody in the Veins. 1997, man. What do you think, guys? By the way, Bella, thanks for confirming you're female. Now I realize I wasn't misperceiving things. I just wonder. Anyway, man, let's see. What have I missed here with you guys? Any opinions about that song? I'll take them. Good, bad, or ugly, man. Nancy Sinatra was incredible. Great album cover. Yeah. I forget how we came up with that album cover, bro. I really liked the image. I don't know if it was me. I think it was Eric Ally that might have presented it and said, check this out. And I thought, that's badass. So we used it. Yeah, I think it was somebody presented it to me. And then I always like okayed stuff or whatever. Thank you, man, for listening to that too. Awesome, awesome. Bella has confirmed she's a girl. Now I know for sure. Sick cover. Thank you, Punkateria. Appreciate that, man. Cheerleader. You want to hear O.J. Simpson or Cheerleader for Death? See, Black and Blue Records and the Transfusions, they own, Black and Blue Records own that stuff, and I don't know if I'll get demonetized for playing that stuff, so that's why I don't want to really play the Black and Blue Records stuff that they own. It's just the way it kind of is in the music business, man. Let's see. All right. You want some more tunes? Fuck yeah, man. I got tons of stuff on deck. There's an album I released here in 2008 or 9, and it's a 5-song EP called Bloody Mess and the New Disease. I had been with a band called the Transfusions for about 5 years, and we did a lot of shows and touring all over the place. And then I got kind of angry in life. My mom was dying, going through some really bad personal stuff with my relationships, and drugs entered the picture. So I started a band because I was kind of pissed off with a bunch of like 20-year-olds when I was like 45. And this was the band called Bloody Mess and the New Disease. Great band. Now listen to Papa. Shut up, rude and bad. Respect old guys. I'm just glad I have a sense of humor. Anyway, the Bloody Mess and the New Disease CD is kind of cool because the CDs actually had like a laser printing on the discs. Pretty cool and rare. So you always know if you have an original copy of this if it's got the laser printing on it. And I was going to play a tune from this record. Bloody Mess and Hate Spit on My Face. Well, check that out, man. This record, this 7-inch record came out in 2018, though it was recorded in 1985. So Spit on My Face that you're asking about was on this recording, and this came out on vinyl on Puke and Vomit Records. I think it's colored vinyl too, man. And it's got the original artwork that I had from my buddy Tim Terminal that he did in 1985. There's a big spray paint can on the back with all the credits. Really original and different. Pretty fun. Bloody Mess. And so, you know, supposedly G.G. Allen produced this, but in reality, he actually didn't. Anyway, this is something you can find online. It's my early hardcore punk days from like 85 and 86. Somebody actually, okay, never mind. Yeah, it would be cool if everyone here had a camera on them instead of me just having a camera. It is weird. It'd be cooler if there was like all these screens where everyone that wanted to like pipe in could talk. We could all just have a proper party. Fuck, man, for like 6 hours and just everybody hang out. It's like, what do we do anyway? Hang out by ourselves? I think it'd be more fun to have friends in my life again. And you know how it used to be before the internet came and destroyed humanity, destroyed connection and closeness, took away the soul of the people, man, and replaced it with the corporate soul. But those of you like me, you resist that bullshit, man, and you just kind of stay underground and keep it real and try to resist the bullshit, man, from the media and the machine. Big Brother. All politics suck. All politicians, if they're talking, they're lying. That's all I got to say about that. Phantom Oreo. I really wish I would have met your mom. You always made her sound really cool. Got any stories? Oh my gosh. Whoa. Ha 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 ha. Well, she was just awesome. She was just the kind of mother that when you'd wake up in the morning, you'd have breakfast or whatever, but the first thing you'd do is put on a record. And my mom would always start the day by putting on a vinyl record. Back, she was hardcore collector of records. She had this big bin that was full of 45 records, and we would just play records from the Dave Clark 5 and the Beatles and all the cool stuff, you know, and all the way up to like Johnny Cash and stuff like that too. So I got this really eclectic sense of music love from her. And that's one story that's pretty cool. And I wish you could have met her too, man. Yeah, she would have loved you. Ah, WER says wax fruit. Wax fruit. I wish I could play that for you. Unfortunately, I got it. I got my buddies from Punk Media are protecting me from some copyright issue problems I'm having. So I turned over the rights to my Dark Days album to Punk Media to protect me from being naked in the woods and getting ripped off from people and scammed and people taking my music, which they have in the past. So Punk Media's got that. So if I post that or I play a song from that, right, that Punk Media has the copyright for, what's going to happen is they're going to demonetize me because the algorithm doesn't know I'm bloody, that I wrote these songs I'm playing. They just know that Punk Media has a copyright claim on it because they're protecting my ass. So that's why I don't want to play that stuff either. I got to be careful from playing even my own new stuff. It's a weird world, man. It really is fucked. All right, good night, my brothers that just said good night, tribe. Sean, thank you for being here, man. Stan, thanks for being here, my friend. I'm approaching an hour and 18 minutes just hanging out with some friends. Appreciate you guys for being here big time, man. My mom was into rock and roll, man, Matt. A lot of pop rock, radio rock, 60s rock, the British invasion, 70s rock, radio. Just she liked it all, including outlaw country. Laura, you're in Indiana. That's right, man. God, I've got a lot of friends in Indiana. My favorite, Gigi says, favorite food. That's an awesome question. Pizza. Yeah, pepperoni pizza and a big can of soda with it. Haha, that's my favorite food. Literally a big slice of New York City or Chicago's pizza, or really any pizza. You know, if it's called pizza and it's presented to me, I'm in heaven. It's like an orgasm for the mouth. Yeah, I love pizza, man. Publishing, I want to talk about that. Yeah, that's where the money's at. AI does suck. I hate it too, Laura. I like, yeah, I'm not even going to go there. It's just everywhere now, man. JSDK4DC says subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing to Bloody F Mess Official. Appreciate it. Dio, let's hear it for Ronnie James Dio with my Germs armband. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, man. Let's hear it for Darby Crash. Pizza and Coke, Gigi says. Hell yeah, that's my favorite. That is my favorite food. To me, that's like the ultimate rock and roll food, man. I've always loved pizza, man. And we used to tour and we'd go to New York, Chicago, and just spend like $3 for a big slice like this big and a soda or whatever, or not a drink at all because we were punk rockers and didn't have a lot of money. But yeah, pizza. Indiana is a pothole, literally and figuratively. Yeah, it's not my favorite place. A lot of my friends have gotten busted there for weed, but I have a lot of friends in the Midwest in general, man. Missouri, Illinois, Iowa, Indiana. Yeah, that's where all my peeps are at because I'm from Illinois originally. Thanks for all the comments, you guys. There's 34 people hanging out. It's worth it to me to have you guys here. All right, play the spoken word. You know, I'm kind of nervous about that because I don't really know. There's tracks on there that are just really intense and really introspective and weird. Not bad weird, but just, you know, I was going through a particular phase and yeah. Did I ever tour internationally? Nope. Just in the States. Got invited to play Montreal, got invited to play Mexico, just never made it happen, man. Got invited to be in a film in England and never made it happen. Didn't have the money to get there, I guess. Can't believe you almost played CBGBs. Yeah, you must have seen that story on YouTube, Matt. That's pretty fun, pretty whack. See, I want to play the spoken word, man, but I'm just afraid I'll play something that's, am I smoking today? Oh, yeah. I'm not going to lie. This is one of those things I've kicked a couple times and I'll kick it again soon. It's just bad habits die hard. Honestly, I love Germany, black thrash metal, absurd. I like Venom. The black metal album from the band Venom is one of my favorites. Big time. Big fan of Venom. Happiness Is. Wow, that's a deep album track, Glenn. Yeah, on the Transfusions album, Happiness Is. That one was written in the studio, bro. We did kind of improv on that one, I believe. Yeah, that one and the Asshole song and Mind's Blown in San Antone. I went into the studio. The guys had tracks written, but I, for once, didn't have real lyrics written. So I went in there and just turned the mic on, had paper and pen with me, wrote down a couple things in advance, but mostly and largely just improv that tune. Oh, I'm smoking bud. Yeah, for sure. I'm smoking a bud. Oh, dropping shit over here. Yeah, I'm smoking a bowl. Woohoo! I'm smoking all kinds of stuff over here, but it's all legal stuff. Rude and bad. Okay. Hey, glad you guys are here, man. Romstein. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to play a tune from the Bloody Mess Rock Circus just to keep y'all entertained if I'm going to sit here. Hey, consider throwing some tippage at a man for playing some tunes for you. Pretend like I'm a dude in the subway in New York City that's playing some great punk rock and throw a couple coins in my hat, man. Consider doing that, my friends. But I won't hold it against you if you don't. I'm not that kind of dude. I don't value money. It's just that I need it. Okay, I'm going to play a track from the 2008 Bloody Mess and the New Disease album. I'm going to play a heavy track for you guys. And it's one of my favorites from this EP. It's called Under My Own Skin. And I think it was written by Austin Weiss, who played guitar on this. Chris Wheeler on the drums, and a dude named Ryan played bass. These guys are all like half my age, or actually younger at the time. But we toured and played a lot of different states and recorded this record real quickly. Here we go. Under My Own Skin.
Just feel alive. I'm getting on my nerves and all of the jive that I do within the world starting to slide. A single of a mess makes me wanna cry. I'm getting under my own skin. Let the shit begin. I'm getting under my own skin. Let the shit begin. Let the shit begin. I'm getting under my own skin. I talk too much, I just want some peace. And I don't shut up, I can't get no sleep. I piss myself off and make myself mad. There's a peace of mind that I never had. I'm getting under my own skin. Let the shit begin. I got a headache again. I'm getting under my own skin. Let the shit begin. I got a headache again. I'm getting under my own skin. Just feel alive. I'm getting on my nerves and all of the jive that I feel within the world starting to slide. A single of a mess that makes me wanna cry. I'm getting under my own skin. Let the shit begin. I got a headache again. Let the shit begin. I'm getting under my own skin. Let the shit begin. Getting under my own skin.
What do you think, man? That's one of my favorite tunes, man, that most people don't know about. Not to be, unhumble, but I really like that one, man. It's heavy, it's intense as hell, the music's great, and I like the lyrics and the vocal delivery. So thanks for listening either way, man. Get off my lawn, punk. Good one, Glenn. Cheers. Thanks, Matt. Reminds me of Cheech and Chong song. Ha ha ha. That's a compliment. I used to cover da 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 da. My mama talking to me, trying to tell me how to live. Da 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 da. But I don't listen to her because my head is like a sieve. My mama, she disowned me because I wear my sister's clothes. She caught me in the bathroom with a pair of pantyhose. We used to cover that in the Foster Children, man. The drums are too loud and low in the mix. They need to be loud. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm in love with your song called Cheerleader for Death. Yeah, that song was originally called Murder Groupies. It appeared on the 1993 Gigi Allen album called The Bloody Years that I put together with my personal recordings for Black and Blue Records. And the Scabs and I recorded that to throw on that as a tribute to Gigi. We called it Murder Groupies. I don't know why. It was about women that wrote to serial killers and all fell in love with them and started writing them all the time and visiting them. We called them like these cheerleaders for death or murder groupies. So the original title was called Murder Groupies on that Gigi album, but when we put it out on the Hungover and Stoned album in '94, I changed the title to Cheerleader for Death, and it's confused people ever since. Laura says that was heavy. I liked how it slowed down at the end. Thanks, man. Brood says, please play Wannabe. That's another one that's on the Hungover and Stoned album that's got the rights are kind of retained by Black and Blue Records. I don't know where I stand legally on that. I don't want to get demonetized, man. I got to make some money. At least I'm honest. Look at Her Live It. That's another one on the Hungover and Stoned album, and it's also on the 7-inch, the empty 7-inch record. Let me show you some of these records, you guys. Okay, from 1995 or 85, I'm Glad Sid's Dead by Bloody Mess and Hate, right? From 95, Bloody in the Country Trash Punk 7-inch on Baloney Shrapnel Records. The first one, of course, that we talked about earlier from 1989 on Mephisto Records. The second single from Bloody Mess and the Scabs, Empty, the official 7-inch Empty. Then this came out in Germany. This live record only came out in Germany, man, in 1993. There's yours truly. Ha ha ha. When I Was a Blonde, man. But this album is a live album, and this side is live in Nashville, Tennessee, Bloody Mess and the Scabs. And this side is live in Peoria, Illinois. There's Gabby Scab, the original drummer for the Scabs. Ain't he pretty? Ha ha ha. And, of course, Ugly Ted, who played bass for Bloody Mess and the Scabs. A badass. So this one only came out in Germany, man. On No Risk, No Fun Records. And then, of course, the very last single that came out from Bloody Mess and the Scabs came out a year after the band had broken up. It's called A Dog Biscuit for Sick Puppies. Dig that artwork. Yeah, that was by my buddy Swami, who died too young, man, and he did a lot of artwork for us back in the day. And then, of course, there's a picture of the band from '94. We were pretty sleazy at that point. I'm pretty rough looking down there on my knees. Boring, Sydney. Sorry, man. Anyway, this record has always been compelling. It's got the O.J. Simpson song on it and a bunch of really crazy stuff that we recorded ourselves. I also got some other stuff to show you if you want to stick around for a few minutes. I've got some newspaper articles I'll show you kind of quickly. Good night, Punkateria. Thank you for being here, man. I'm going to probably clock off here within the next 30 minutes, depending on how many want to keep hanging out. There's 32 people in the house. To me, this is a party still, man. I'm just kind of hanging out, having fun. What else am I going to do? Sit around and scroll on YouTube? Whoa. Actually, I'd probably be putting stuff on my eBay store. By the way, if you're into pop collectibles and autograph stuff and rare stuff, go to eBay and check out my store. It's called Fanatic Pop Culture. I sell all kinds of weird stuff on there. The world is coming to an end and I don't even care. Jack says, what do you think Gigi would think of the world today? He'd probably hate it like everyone else. Ricky says, hey, Bloody, what's the one movie that scares the crap out of you? I don't know, probably the original Exorcist, man. Pretty intense. My parents took me to see that when it came out in the theaters in like 1974. I was probably like 8. And I'm in there watching this Linda Blair being possessed by Satan and, shoving crosses where and just crazy stuff, man. Yeah, it's probably one of the craziest movies ever. Can I set up a channel memberships? Yeah, I could actually. I just don't know how to do it, man. I'd have to educate myself on that. I've thought about doing a Patreon and telling X-rated stories. Boy, do I have crazy ones. Not all of them are X-rated, but this stuff that I don't talk about on my channel, there's a lot of, stuff I talk about on this channel has to do with a lot of drugs and rock and roll. But where's the sex part, right? Anyway, say no more. But I've thought about doing a Patreon and telling some wild stuff, but yeah. Would it be worth it? That's the thing. Am I going to do all this videoing and all this content? How many subscribers can I possibly really get with my small cult sort of following? You know what I'm saying? I'm not unrealistic about that stuff, so I'm always kind of reluctant. Hey, Angus, what's up? Angus McWhorter in the house. A little day late and a dollar short, but I'm scrolling down here and trying to catch up with these messages, guys. Did I meet Gacy? Yes, I visited him 3 times on death row, and I have a photo with him to prove it. Yeah, that's crazy stuff, man. I was a whole different person back then, though. But you asked. How did I get record deals back in the day? People would just send me letters or call me or whatever, and then later on email me and say, hey, we'd like to do a one-off record with you and blah, 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 and offer you this and to do it. And I would say yes or no. But Black and Blue put out a lot of my stuff. Black and Blue Records, which is the label that sort of discovered Gigi Allen. They ended up putting out a whole lot of my material, but not all of them. Jack says, PBR. Yeah, right. Real punks drink PBR. That's funny. Yep, I did see that in the theater, Laura. The Exorcist. Yeah, man. I'm showing my age now. I know. Angus says he was 11 when he saw The Exorcist. So you're scarred too, man. You went through that trauma. Yeah, man. Crazy. Another movie that was really scary. Trying to fix my germs band. Another movie that was scary to me as a kid in the 70s was Jaws. That movie that made everyone fear the ocean forever after. When Jaws came out in, I think, 75, I was about 9 years old. That movie freaked me out. I even got scared to take a shower, like scared to be in any water. There's a shark. I was like a little kid with a big imagination. But, man, Jaws was crazy, man. Thomas Bradley, what's up, man? Glad you're here. Jet Dog's right here. Laura, she's trying to get out of here. She's over here scratching at the door, and I'm hoping that Tracy would open the door and let her out, but she's not. Hey, Jetty, come here. Maybe I can get her over here. Jet, come here. Actually, maybe she wants in. Pardon me, you guys. For 1 second, I'll grab my dog, who's been in 5 of my music videos, and she's going to make an appearance. Come here, Jet Dog. Oh, she's leaving. Never mind. Well, that was a tease. Jet Dog was in here. I didn't know it. She'd been wanting out. I thought she was trying to get in because I'm kind of spacey. Now she's out there barking. Jet Dog's been in 5 of my music videos. She's a little corgi terrier, but I call her a corgi terror. Then the XXX rate stuff needs to be a Patreon, right? All right, Gigi, have a good night, my friend. Thank you for being here. Good night. Sweet dreams. Sister Tracy, hey. Just hanging out. Yep, it's a Germs armband on my arm, man. The Germs cult. It was the Germs cult symbol. Darby Crash started a cult. The Germs were a cult that Darby Crash started. This was the cult symbol. The whole thing was a planned thing, including his own suicide. It was a planned thing. I got to say thank you to Have You Seen This, who just sent me, Have You Seen This Chicken? Just sent me $20 tip. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that from the bottom of my black little heart, man. Really, I really do, man. If you guys want to hear some more tunes, please be like, Have You Seen This Chicken? And help a rocker out, man. Would it hurt you to throw a few bucks my way like this awesome human being? Listen to me. All right, man. I still love you either way. But thank you so much for that. That's very generous, my friend. Thank you. The Gacy stories must do loads of views. The true crime thing is huge. Yeah, true, but see, most people signed up to my channel to get rock and roll. And all of a sudden, if I start crossing over into those Gacy and Kenneth Bianchi and Otis Toole and Manson and all these crazy stories, some people might be like, I'm out. And you know what I mean? I don't know what to do about that, man. I'm just being straight up. It's like, do I just say screw it, throw caution to the wind? Or am I overthinking that? Halloween was a scary film, man. Scrolling on YouTube has become really dull and everybody's phony. Makes me proud being misanthropist. Haha, thanks, Bella. Nice. PBR theme song. Ha ha ha. All right, Matt. Thanks for being here, man. Matt Willoughby is leaving the building. Thanks for being here, my friend. What's up, Thomas Bradley? Thomas says, hello, Bloody F Mess and crew. I hope all is well with you all. Rock on, keep on rocking. Peace. Thank you so much, bro. Ha 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 ha. Fuck those trends. Ugh, dad again. What's that mean? So there's 31 people still hanging out here, man. Thanks for being here tonight, you guys. Appreciate it. Maybe I could play one more track for you guys or something. From the Bloody Mess Rock Circus album or something. Album that came out in 2013, which was actually my 30th anniversary album. I think I'll play a track for you guys if you want to hear it. Thanks, Bella. Here's the CD itself. The Bloody Mess Rock Circus. The band did a lot of touring, man. We did a 13-state tour one time. We wrote the title track to the movie Spy Darlings in England. Did a lot of stuff together, man. And this particular album is something I'm proud of because it has guest appearances from Richie Ramone from the Ramones, who sings on about 6 of the songs on backing vocals out of 10. Richie Ramone, awesome job. That was a great story, getting stoned in the studio with Richie Ramone. Rick Agnew from the Adolescents, Christian Death, and Social Distortion produced this album and played guitar on a little bit of it too. Rick Agnew, legend. Also on this album, Don Bowles, the drummer for the Germs, did some backing vocals on this record and took some of the songs to new places. Awesome. He was also in 45 Grave. Paul Rossler from the Screamers and 45 Grave recorded this and played keyboards on it too. So yeah, I'm going to play a track if you don't mind. So here's the Bloody Mess Rock Circus. We didn't have a drummer in the end. We had to hire somebody to play drums on this record. But this was the core band for the entire life of the band. Myself, and then, of course, right there, Andy Friend on the guitar. We called him the Ambassador. Christopher T. Baggins on the bass. And this is a pretty cool record recorded down in Los Angeles, man. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you being at the live stream, man. Absolutely, man. Don Bowles, great drummer. Absolutely, man. Don Bowles also made appearances on my last album, Dark Days Unfazed, on the song Skies Are Black, the song Michael Monroe, and the song Rock and Roll Resurrection, I think. Don Bowles is awesome. I'm going to play a track from this Bloody Mess Rock Circus album, and I'm trying to figure out which one, because it's really not one of my favorite albums. I have 10 albums out now, and this is not one of my favorites, to be honest with you. It's okay. Okay, for some reason it started playing track number 2 on its own. Must be the ghost of somebody in here hanging out with us. Anyway, thanks again to everyone that have kicked in some cash tonight to help an old rocker pay a couple bills. It's nice, and it's a good time to hang out with you guys and play some music. And I'm going to play a track now from the Bloody Mess Rock Circus Mountain Rock album produced by Rick Agnew. I think I'll do a tune called could do a real heavy one. Oh wow, I just got another tip. Angus McWhirter says, here's a couple bucks to burn. You are have very interesting tales, Bloody. Thanks for the $5, man. I appreciate you so much, dude. I have a little thing at the top of my screen that tells me like how much I get while I'm sitting here talking to people, and the friends that are feeling generous or that have the bread to throw a little bit my way. I appreciate it, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm here for the good time and the party, and I'm also here to hopefully make a few bucks. Absolutely. A lot of my friends report making money doing lives, and I'm like, I've never even considered it. Never even thought about it until like recently. So that's that. Cheers to everyone that's been hanging out. 27 people in the house. 27, that's a good number, man. I always thought I'd die before I got to 27. And then I thought for sure before 29. And then life just kept going on and on. And so many of my constituents are gone, but I'm still here, and so are you. Yeah, Jet Dog bolted on me, Ken. Just took off, man. I was gonna get her on camera, but I also wanted to get my rabbit on camera tonight, but he's kind of shy. He likes to be petted, likes to follow you around, likes to hang out, jump up where you're at. But if you hold him for too long at all, he likes to like kind of nip you. I looked it up. It said rabbits like to keep their feet on the ground. It's just a major instinctual thing for them. But it doesn't hurt. It just feels like a little pinch. So whenever I do hold him, it's always a pleasure. But he does inevitably at some point nip me and like want down. I was going to bring him on. He's going to bite me on camera. He did that before already once. Little bastard. Angus is 62, made it to 62, does not even feel it. Well, you know what they say, man. Age is a matter of mind. If you don't mind, it don't matter, right? So cheers. Bella says, I like rabbits. Yeah, my rabbit's awesome. It's a Dutch rabbit named Bub. I call him Bub. Okay, I can't figure out what song to play. I think I'm going to play the weird track from the album. It's the last song on the record, and this was really about my state of mind at the time. I was really sick and tired of a certain person in this band. I was sick and tired of some of the stuff that was going on. I was tired of a lot of the stuff that I've never really talked to anybody about because it was personal stuff between me and another human being. But I wrote a song called Can't Take No More. And when it was included on this record, nobody even questioned, like, where'd this come from? What's this lyric about? Is this real? Or did you make this up? But it was literally me voicing my frustration in the studio as the last song on the album, saying, I just can't take any more of this band. It had run its course. We had toured. We'd recorded. There was a lot of issues at play. Why even bother going into it, But, thank you, the Milkman's Kid, for your nice comment, man. I appreciate you. Peter, great to have you here. 61 years young. Hell yeah, dude. 60 myself, but try not to brag about it. I know so many people that are so much older. Seriously. In 10, 15, 20 years, we're going to wish we would have appreciated the age we are now. Because really, it is young. Because, like I say, man, I got friends in their 80s. And they're doing good. So I'm not going to sit around and beat myself up for being the age that I am. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that aging's fun. I don't really think it is, to be honest, but whatever. Anyway, this is a track from the Bloody Mess Rock Circus from 2013. This is called Can't Take No More. Doesn't sound like any other track on the album at all. That's why I'm always wondered why the band never asked me about this. Hope you like it or not.
What now?
And that's it, man. That's it. The Bloody Mess Rock Circus with Can't Take No More. Largely improvised in the studio. That track really wasn't really written with vocals set to it. I just kind of went into the studio with the title Can't Take No More and the fact that I was really not wanting to take much more. And I just kind of let it all out, man. What now? I want out. I can't take it. I can't breathe. Pretty much just made it up on the spot in the studio. Ha ha ha. Anyway, thanks for hearing that. I don't know if that's on Spotify. I don't think so, man. It's on YouTube, though. It's a Bloody Mess, the Bloody Mess Rock Circus. Yeah, it might be on Spotify, man. If it is, I'm not the one that gets any residuals from it. But you can go to my other channel, The Church of Rock, all one word, and you can hear the entire album right there on YouTube. And I'll get paid a few pennies at least. Yep. Thanks for listening, man. Probably going to hang out a few more minutes and sign off, my friends. But I appreciate everyone being here tonight. Absolutely. Got a couple, for the 29 people still hanging out, though, I feel like you deserve a little bit of entertainment, for fuck's sake. These are some newspaper articles that I collected over the years since the 80s that I was involved with. Here's one from some particular newspaper called, Jesus, I can't read my own. It's the Observer newspaper from 1994. It says right here, Slice of Life, Peoria's Bad Boys of Punk. And there's a picture of course, me and the band then, me with my pot leaf shirt on. And you turn it over, and there's the other side of the article. And there's some kind of quote. I don't even know what it says, to be honest. I didn't read any of this ahead of time. Anyway, here's one from the Peoria Journal-Star that talks about our record cover being ghoulish and pathetic. Here's this something that came out of the United Press International in the 90s when the Gacy thing happened with our first Bloody Mess and the Scabs EP. This is a pretty cool document, but not very fun to look at on video. This is a collection of newspaper articles from 4 different newspapers, because in one 4-day period, or one day, we made 4 papers in one day from 4 different cities in Iowa and parts of Illinois. And this is a collection of these different articles. 1 of them, 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them, right? Pretty much caused a lot of mayhem. One night we played a live show in Davenport, Iowa, and there's yours truly. Little blood on the face there. Back in my Blondie days. Anyway, another article from the Illinois Central College Harbinger newspaper. Maestro makes a mess. Crazy article from the late 80s. Here's a newspaper. This is an actual, like a magazine. We were on the cover of this. It's called Central Rock with Bloody Mess and the Scabs. Gosh, this must be 92, I'm thinking. Something like that. Also, three different little articles. One from Maximum Rock and Roll Fanzine, and a couple from a couple different newspapers in Chicago and Peoria, Illinois, about the Scabs and I. I'm going to put these online one day so you guys can read them. Here's another article from this newspaper about this arts fest we played at, and they didn't want us on the bill, so they had to move the whole location. And there's an old school picture of yourself, or yours truly, from 88, 89, crazy pic. And another one, a couple articles from a couple different other Maximum Rock and Roll Scene Report, and another article from another Iowa newspaper. Just a lot of press we collected over the years. Here's one from the Peoria Bradley Scout newspaper. What a sight. Yeah, all kinds of fun articles. Here's one from the Harbinger paper, Bloody Mess, dumb sexist noise. It's always known to be called dumb sexist noise. Here's one about another newspaper that had an article about me going on the Phil Donahue TV show. And there's me with Phil Donahue the night that I did his TV show in NBC Studios, New York City, 1994. Me and the legendary talk show host, Phil Donahue, man. Here's one from the Period Journal Star, man, that was got a lot of attention back in the day and pissed a lot of people off, too. Yep, having those crazy people do the cover art for my records. Here's one for about the time I kind of bolted from punk rock and started doing outlaw country. Ha 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 ha. And another one from the Harbinger newspaper. Look at that one. There you go, man. From 1989. Ugly Ted in the background. There you go, man. Just a little bit of punk rock history that I'm sharing with you guys from the 80s and 90s. Okay, I'm going to read your messages, you guys' comments that were going on when I've been yapping. Gigi says, love your hair, bloody. Awesome, thanks, man. Yeah, I used to love doing my hair. I used to use a crimping iron on it and dye it different colors and used to really get into it, man. And people used to freak out and think, what is this guy into? Everybody thought I was a hair metal dude back in the day, but I was always into hardcore punk rock and sleazy glam rock and stuff like that. So I was always defensive because people thought I was into like all the hair metal crap, and I just wasn't, man. Even though in the 80s, that stuff was all popular when I was a young man, going to bars and dating and all that stuff. Never got into the hair metal scene, man. Nowadays, though, I appreciate all rock and roll, whether it's hair metal or whatever it is. If it's a good song, goddamn it, it's a good song, right? If it rocks, period. So that's how I look at it. But back then, though, I used to hate it. I'd be listening to like super hardcore punk rock, and then I'd step in and hear, she's my cherry pie. Oh my God. Ugh. Or, you know, there's other songs that I hate equally as bad as that. What else did I miss? Party on Garth. What's up, Jay Cash? How you doing, man? What's up, Droogie? Glad you're here, man. You're not late. Hell, we're just getting started. Ha 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 ha. Throw me some money. All right. I'm looking at these messages, guys. Thanks for listening to my song earlier, too, man, from the Bloody Mess Rock Circus. Can't Take No More. Playing some tunes, sharing some history and all that good stuff, man, you know. Sister Tracy just gave some kind of little cool emoji popped up. Sister Tracy in the house. Sister Tracy used to front a band called Avluv. A-V-L-U-V. If you spell that backwards, you'll figure out what that means. Avluv. A-V-L-U-V. She was a killer front person of this band, and they did a killer set of covers of like the best punk bands, like covers from like Fear and Generation X and Cycle Sluts from Hell and all kinds of just cool, Joan Jett, you know, and stuff like that. And she actually had the drummer for the Bloody Mess and the Transfusions that played drums for Avlov, Billy the Kid. Yep, the blind drummer, man, and our good friend and great guy out there. Hopefully he's watching or listening, I should say. Thank you guys for being here, by the way. Do I believe in astrology? Absolutely. Now you're talking. I love numerology and I love astrology. I've been into it since I was a very young man. I'm a Pisces, and I'm a classic Pisces, and if you know anything about Pisces people, then you'll understand me a little bit better. It's just like a contradictory personality that's into so much shit that's almost impossible to... For me, it's rock and roll, right? For me, it's like open-minded asshole versus a closed-minded asshole. I'm just into everything that rocks, right? And so... some people find that hard to believe because they're stuck in one genre or another, or this only or that only. But I like it all. When you get to be at an advanced age, you start to appreciate all the good stuff, man, that was ever recorded. And you just don't give a crap about the titles or the labels that are given and stuff, you know. You're an Aries, Laura. Okay. The You're the young soul. Gemini, Bella's for Gemini people. My mother was a Gemini. That's the sign of the twins. Scorpio, Dylan, so is Sister Tracy. Yep. Ken's a Gemini as well. Okay, interesting. Nice. What's up, MGM? Cheers. Thanks for being here, man. Hello from southern Mississippi. What's up, Cottonmouth? Glad you're here, man. I haven't been to Mississippi since about the late 70s. I used to go there a lot. 3 or 4 times I went to Mississippi on the way to, actually, I went to Tupelo to go to Elvis's home birthplace. That's right, in Tupelo, Mississippi. That's why I went there as a kid, like 8, 9, 10. Went there a few times, Tupelo, Mississippi, just to see Elvis's birth home, like a one-room little cabin, shack. Young soul, ha ha ha, you're almost 50. I meant inside, not outside, sweets. You're still a kid in ways, aren't we all, though, Laura? That's awesome. So you're 50. I had no idea. I wasn't going to ask your age, but you told me. Now I know more about you than I did yesterday. And that's what it's all about, the networking and the camaraderie and the tribe here. It means a lot to me. It's kind of hard when you get older to meet new friends, but this is a place to do it, I've noticed, man. Plenty of people here in this chat and these people that subscribe to this channel have literally become friends and hooked up and hung out and created friendships outside of this channel. And that, to me, is freaking priceless, man. It's like gold. It really is. It's awesome. And for me, it's been priceless. I've met so many friends because of my YouTube channel. It's really, really priceless, man. And I'm really grateful as hell for all the new friends I've met and stuff. It's really, really cool. Born in 65, right? I was born 31666. All right, 666 Blunts. Now, I know that you're 22. I'm sure you're a dude, right? With the name 666 Blunts. I don't know. My youngest daughter would probably have a name like that, so I don't know if you're a dude or not. What's up, Gray? Thank you, man. Just tuning in. I appreciate you kicking in $2.79 to the fund, helping a rocker pay some bills. Man, thank you so much for being generous. That's what it takes, man. You know, people always want to say, hey, I'm going to send you some good vibes, or I'm going to pray for you to have better financial success. I've never had one of those prayers help me get money, though. I'm just being real, man. Do you and Bloody go live YouTube from the studio regularly? No, but we should more. We should do that on this channel. Right, Tracy? We should do that. Maybe we'll do that this Sunday. Maybe this Sunday, but who knows? Who knows if I'll wake up tomorrow, by God. I'm real weird about planning stuff out ahead of time these days. Angus, born in 63. Wow, 2 days after JFK passed. What a guy. Going against the system and the underworld, and they took him out, man. They took him out. Going against the central banking system and the Rothschilds and all these creeps. And old John was taken out, man. Yeah, we should. This weekend we'll go ahead and go live from the Church of Rock radio show on Sunday night. It starts at 6 o'clock Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern times. Or you can stream it live at kskq.org. And we're on 2 hours every Sunday night. 2 hours of shite on a Sunday night. Yeah, bringing you the cool B-cuts, deep album cuts, B-sides, I should say, not B-cuts, B-sides. And some good punk rock, metal, 60s psych, a lot of garage rock, rockabilly. We got it all, man. Surf music, gothic. You're such an old guy. 1948. Papa, you are truly the Baba of the room. You might be the oldest subscriber, man. Don't think that's bad. It's not bad, man. You'd be then... my mother was born in 46, though she left me in 2009. She died. So she would have been, you're like 78 or something like that. Late 70s. Man, you are the Baba of the room. We must give some respect to him, man. I'm assuming it's a him. God damn, I get some... It's hard to... Sometimes you get these little bubbles that you create of reality, but they're not real. I'm assuming that Papa is a dude. July 30th born. Thank you, the Milkman's Kid, subscribing to the Church of Rock radio show. To subscribe to the Church of Rock on YouTube. That's what helps us out. Thanks, Ken. What do I think about the book of Revelation in the Bible? I'd rather not even go into it, man. I think there's some parts of it that are pretty scary and quite possibly true. And also in the Bhagavad Gita, the great Hindu text, I've read that, and everything in there is definitely has come true. I've written about it in my song, The Kali Yuga, which has appeared on 2 of my albums, actually. And my song, Dark Days, talks about that, was on my last record. It's about the end times and the dark days. But let's talk about more uplifting stuff. Angus says his mom is 95 and still kicking. That is awesome to hear, brother. Absolutely, man. So cool. Tell your mom I said hi. Sammy Town from the band Fang read from the Book of Revelations on our new music video, the latest music video that I've done. It's called Dark Days, D-A-Z-E. You can find it on YouTube. Bloody F Mess, Dark Days. Ken, your parents are both still alive. That's great. What a blessing, bro. Absolutely, man. My dad is still kicking. He's like 80s, early 80s. And me mom's gone. Laura, no effing way will I make to 95. I don't want to. I don't want to be that old. Jesus. Well, if I do, I'd like to just be in good health, I guess. I guess I should say, I wouldn't mind living to be old, but only in good health. There you go. Gray says maybe his least favorite restaurant is Burger King, considering the Gigi tape was stolen from there. Yeah, I won't eat fast food at all, man, because of what I've learned of where that meat really is, what it is. I'm not even going to open that can of worms, but if you guys want to, I know Sister Tracy knows exactly what I'm talking about. Fast food meat, do not eat it, man. I'm just saying, man. I'm just going to say it, man. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about, but it's some gross shit that goes on behind the scenes in this world. Don't trust it, man. I can't do it anymore. I have to have like rice and beans and cheese stuff, but no meat. Anything I order from like anything like that or something. Soylent Green. Soylent Green. The movie. That was a great movie, right? Hey, thanks for being here, man. I'm actually hanging out longer than I anticipated. But, yeah, man. I appreciate you guys being here, and it's been fun. Probably going to wrap it up and say good evening to all you great folks. Brandon is in the house. Hey, how are you, man? Getting ready to kind of wrap stuff up, I think, man. You know what I'm saying? Pretty soon. There's 29 people still here. That's cool. It's been about an average of 30 people, 30 to 50 earlier, 30 lately. Thank you for being here, man. Fast food is literally poison. It is, I know. I get weak sometimes and go get like meatless stuff from like somewhere here and there, but yeah, I try not to. It's very rare that I do. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Appreciate you very much, and I hope you'll subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Scroll down the video section and check out all these videos I made a couple years ago, man. A lot of rock and roll videos about a lot of stuff that a lot of you guys might not have seen. I've got some really good ideas planned for the next few videos, by the way. So yeah, some pretty cool original stuff coming your way probably tomorrow or the next day. Sister Tracy's headed out to the garden. Thanks for being here, Sister Tracy. Happy trails, JS. Thank you for being here, Brother Ken. Cardinal Ken. Cardinal Ken. I keep forgetting now. I'm never going to forget again, bro. With a K. Cardinal with a K. You're about to finish my channel, Billa. Thank you so much, man, for checking all my vids out, man. You're going to be caught up soon. I do that, too. I binge on my favorite channels. My current YouTube channel that I love is one called Adventure Jones. Adventure Jones, and then there's one called Adventure Jones Raw. Both of those I highly recommend. This guy named Jonas from Denmark, he goes to like North Korea, and it goes in like access to these like Congo prisons. He goes and hangs out with these crazy Hindu agoris that eat human flesh, and they live in the mountains in India. He goes to like just like crazy voodoo places in Haiti. Literally gets involved with it all. It's just insane. Adventure Jones and Adventure Jones Raw. It's the only YouTube channel I'm going to endorse right now. But I've become friends with Jonas, who runs the channel, and he is crazy. Love that guy. He's an ex-bodybuilder, muscle dude. Huge, ball-headed guy, just covered from head to toe in tattoos. And people trip on him. He's so big. but he goes to these crazy dangerous places, man, and his channel is just badass, man. So I do endorse Adventure Jones or Adventure Jones Raw. And then I endorse my other channel, The Church of Rock, all one word. Thanks for being here, man. I'm going to sign off. Thank you guys for being around. We'll do another live chat soon, and I appreciate all you checking out the channel regularly, leaving the kind comments, and helping me out once in a while, man. Have a good one, and you have a great rest of your night, rockers. Cheers. Rock and roll.